This truly has been such an historic and exciting day. Election Day 2012 was one I will never forget, especially since I can now say that we have on the ViBE hotlines Martin Luther King III. Thank you so much for giving your time and talking to our listeners today.
Thank you for the opportunity. You know, this is I think, one of the most important days in our lives. My father used to say that a voteless people is a powerless people. And one of the most important steps that we can take is that short step to the ballot box. This is some would say D-Day, but it is Election Day. It is the most important day that we should all be engaged. Women and men gave their lives so we might have the precious right to vote. Mm-hmm. And I would go so far as to say often my father did not endorse candidates, but I am convinced that if he were in our midst, if he was living, that he would be encouraging people to support President Obama for the re-election, so that the agenda can be so important that we become engaged. And on this day, certainly in Norfolk, some areas are open later, but I believe your polls are open until 7 o'clock.
That's right.
If people in line at 7 o'clock, they will still have the opportunity to vote. So we must come out. It is so critically important.
Mr. King, I can only imagine, knowing so much that what your father fought for all of us. What would you say, or what as your family, what would your family say for people who say, you know what, my vote doesn't matter, I'm not going to bother, the lines are too long? What would you say to those individuals?
Well, two things. Number one, everyone's vote counts. And if we remember the election of 2000, most recently when President Bush was elected, it was 537 votes, I believe, that President Bush won by.
Yep.
So every vote counts. We don't have a vote to spare. Back in the 1800s, there was an election, and I don't remember now the exact numbers, but it was a Tilden-Hayes compromise, and there were just a couple of votes that actually put black people back into slavery. So, you know, it's so important that we understand everyone's vote counts. And secondly, I would say that all of us pay taxes. We have no we have no latitude. We have to. That is the law of the land. And one of the ways that we participate in the process, our civic duty, is to come out and cast our votes. And when we cast our votes, we're saying who we want to elect to help divide up our tax money, to see how we get goods and services.
Also true and very important. Before I let you go, I know you're very busy. Do me a favor. Give me that phrase that pays, sir.
Okay. This is Martin Luther King III, and I've got the vibe.